First thing is think about where you're going to park. Park in an area that's going to be well lighted, and especially if you're going to be parked there in hours of darkness, look for overhead lights so that your vehicle will be well lighted if at all possible. Try not to park near what I call natural ambush points, which might be shrubbery, large walls, panel vans, things of that nature that just provide a hiding spot for somebody who's going to target your vehicle.
We had a nice young woman who's left this vehicle, and perhaps she's made a few mistakes in securing her vehicle. Let's talk about that for a minute.
Yeah, I would have a few concerns about this. You always want to secure all your valuables and obviously put your windows up. Make sure that your car is locked before you're going to walk away from it. I see that she's got a GPS unit that's inside the car. It's visible. That's just a target for a thief who might be walking around scouting for something. GPSs or electronics of any kind are a very popular target. Inside of this vehicle, I also see that there's a laptop that's visible that's left out, and an iPod touch device that's also down there. Those are going to be very popular targets for any of the criminals that are walking through parking lots and looking for something that they might be interested in targeting. There's a couple of steps that I would recommend to anybody to prevent becoming a victim of a theft from their auto. The first one is think about whether or not you need your valuable items with you before you're going to take the trip. If you don't need the GPS, the iPod, or maybe your laptop for that particular trip, just leave it at home. It's far safer and it's not going to be targeted inside of your car. Second of all, document your valuables. Take photos of them, write down the serial numbers, the model numbers, so that if you are victimized, we can get a record of that, and if we come across them, we can recover them and get them back to the rightful owner.
And I understand there's a website out there that citizens can use that might be very helpful for them in keeping track of their belongings.
Yes, the Madison Police Department's collaborated with a service called Leads Online. Leads Online has a subset called Report It. It's reportit.com. And with reportit.com, any of the residents of Madison can take their valuable items and create an electronic inventory database. So should they become the victim of a theft, a burglary in their house, even a tornado or a fire, they can go to any website and download that information, create a report of the valuables that they had inside of their house. I suggest that people always have the serial numbers, model, description of anything that's valuable that they're worried that they could lose. And by using reportit.com, it's very easy for us as responding officers for them to simply go to the internet, download that report, and provide us with that information. So if we should recover some items that we suspect belong to them, we can confirm that information. It's free, it's extremely secure, and nobody else has access to that information except the homeowner themselves. They're going to look for the ones that are very obvious and easy. Rather than breaking the window and having to spend the time to rifle a vehicle looking for valuables, they're going to grab something that's going to make it quick and easy. Or they're going to go through and try doors to see if there are any that are unlocked and then reach inside and look for any valuables.
It seems like some of this information is sort of common sense, but yet we see every day people become victimized by not locking their doors or leaving valuables in plain view.
That's absolutely true. We are creatures of habit. Unfortunately, sometimes we form bad habits early on, and it's not until you've been the victim of theft a couple of times that you change those habits and start securing your property.
I've been through this myself. I know even though it's a vehicle and you're having some electronics stolen or something, it's still a real feeling of violation, I think, for those who are victimized.
It's extremely frustrating. It's frustrating for us as well if we go to take that report and we realize that by simply maybe locking the door or leaving the valuables at home, you wouldn't have been victimized. But then even if we do recover some stolen property as the result of an investigation, sometimes we have items and we don't know who the rightful owner is because somebody hasn't taken the time to document their serial numbers, their models, or descriptions of their property so that we can get it returned to them.